Before we even get started, I just want to say that if somehow you came across this video and you don't play Rocket League, or maybe you've been thinking about picking it up and getting into it, maybe just don't watch this, because the game is absolutely worth it, and the things that I go over in this video aren't nearly enough to justify excluding yourself from experiencing, in my opinion, just about the best game that most of us have ever played. Okay, with that out of the way, me and my good friends, FLuuMP and Sunless,
I don't remember signing up for this.
shh,
I'm being held against my will.
are going to go over things that are broken, don't work, are bugged, or have just generally been neglected. There's going to be the obvious things, but also some stuff that you might not have known about. And then after that, we're going to go over some new ideas or features that we'd like to have implemented or could maybe improve the game. So this one kind of gets to me. Voice chat. Honestly, I don't understand why it's still even in the game. It is completely useless. Literally doesn't work at all. Hasn't ever been touched or had any attempt to improve it. So I actually don't know why they just haven't taken it out. I mean, watch this.
You're trash, not even good at this game, not working, and then you're bad, and you're just like so slow, your video sucks.
I don't really even know why it's in the game anymore. When we were at Sonic's, they pretty much told us that the voice chat isn't being fixed or updated because having actual voice chat with people being able to say horrible things to kids and stuff, it would make the game almost like no longer an E-rated game. So that was sort of their big thing with the voice chat, which makes me think, like, why not just take it out? Why have a totally broken voice chat in the game when you could either have one that works or just not have one at all?
I don't really know what purpose it would serve anyway, since everyone in the lobby would be able to hear you. If it worked, maybe we should just get rid of it, just saying.
I personally think adding the voice chat or like the option to have voice chat would be amazing just for content creators, because then we could jump into games with random people and have them be like, oh my God, and like freak out about, getting to play with someone famous. There's just so much content for that, like in Fortnite and other games. So I think having that in Rocket League or even like proximity chat could be, that would be a terrible idea, but it could be there. I don't know.
I know I said that the last one gets to me, but this one actually triggers me. The censors. First of all, they are bad to begin with. They over-censor things that probably shouldn't even be censored and then let some actual terrible things through. But that isn't what really triggers me. What gets me is it only works in party chat. I think Psyonix tried to take it out and forgot to disable it for party chat this whole time. I can tell my opponent that he's f***ing dog shit and the worst f***ing player of all time. But I can't tell my best friend who just told me the cringiest knock-knock joke that he's a dumbass. What?
In game, you can just like type the F word and it'll just type it. It doesn't censor it. That is pretty silly. I hadn't thought about that really. Now it's just like if you put something really bad, you just get reported pretty much. But I mean, doesn't that make it not an E-rated game also? Texting is different than talking. It's different than voice chat. But if I can get in there and just say something horrible to some kid, then what's the difference between that and voice chat, It should either censor it or there shouldn't be a voice chat.
While we're on the subject of censors, let's talk about the report system. I'm sure a lot of you know this, but if you don't, literally the only way to get banned through the report system is to use one of the words that the censors would recognize and have someone to report you for it. You would think that maybe mass reports from players would get you some kind of repercussion, but nope, as long as you don't say a cussy, you are scot-free. Tournaments. I was honestly so excited for this game mode when it was announced. brackets to me is the way that Rocket League is meant to be played. It came out in April of 2018 and hasn't been touched ever since. It's dead. It's impossible to find any tournaments unless you know someone who is hosting one. It was broken then and it's broken now and nobody uses it. The only time that I see it getting used is from Twitch streamers doing viewer tournaments, which is awesome. If the mode wasn't awful. Having hosted and participated in many tournaments myself, they kind of work-ish. I often don't even get pulled into the match or get stuck on joining or generating brackets. Oh, I made it in. Oh, never mind, the other team isn't loading in. Okay, on to the next round. Free win, I guess. Oh, look, we all made it in. Oh, except my teammate. Oh. But 1v2ing is cool anyway. Let's say you host a tournament for your viewers, right? And you want to participate in the tournament, and then when you lose, spectate the rest to see who wins. Nope, you can spectate it, or you can play in it. Once you lose in a tournament, even if it's your own tournament, it doesn't allow you to spectate.
I would love it if tournaments were fixed, because it really stinks when you're trying to stream and the tournament breaks midstream and you have to redo it, or just totally ignore everyone that was in it at that point. It'd be really nice just to have functioning tournaments. That'd be great. I mean, they work like 80% of the time, but what about that 20%? And also, I would love the ability to be able to spectate a tournament that I'm playing in. So I don't have to choose between I either play in this tournament or I spectate it. That would be perfect.
The whole tournament thing, the fact that tournaments haven't been updated is so sad and so stupid to me. I just don't understand this. It was such a cool feature. Everyone was excited about it. Sure, it wasn't perfect when it came out, but everybody knew that. We all had thoughts and suggestions and nothing happened. I don't get that. It's very frustrating. And like tournaments could be so cool, especially for streamers and YouTubers, like for community engagement. But there's little things like you can't spectate after you lose. So then the whole tournament just becomes pointless as a content creator. So yeah, I don't understand what's up with tournaments. There's a lot more to tournaments also. Like tournaments, you could get like prizes and stuff in game, like for winning tournaments. I don't know. I don't get that, but I'm sure there's a reason.
I don't actually know what it would take to fix this, or if it's even possible to fix this, but it frustrates me so much to wait forever to find a match, load into the match, and then this happens.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that still happens all the time. I'm not sure. Maybe that's a tough fix. I'm sure they've looked at it before. You know, I don't know. Other games have that still, though. Like, I think that's pretty common in gaming and, like, just games in general.
I don't know if it's fixable, but Lord, I'm tired of it. Replays. Another small one, but as someone who analyzes a lot of replays, it's pretty annoying. Boosts are completely broken in replays. It'll be there in the replay when it actually wasn't there, or it won't be there when it actually was there. There's literally no way of actually telling whether or not the boost was there. I can only imagine being an RLCS team, analyzing replays and not being able to tell what boosts actually exist and what boosts don't. Sometimes even when you go to change the speed or choose what player you're viewing, it'll soft lock the game.
Yeah, I don't know. That is a weird one. You'll be watching a replay and someone will go for boost and then you'll back up and that boost won't be there. And then they'll pick it up and they'll pick up boost that wasn't even there. And sometimes there's these things where like the angles of the camera on the car get like all messed up. I remember when Johnny Boy was streaming show matches and the camera was getting stuck. I feel like he thought it was like the end of his career because he couldn't even spectate the show matches because it would always be stuck on like the side of the car or like stuck in reverse. And he'd go back and forth between the players. And even the default thing, I don't know, I think they fixed most of those things. But yeah, the camera stuff, if you look at Fortnite and just go mess around with Fortnite's replay system, oh my gosh, if Rocket League had what Fortnite has, it's just so much better. It's so much smoother and there's just more options.
I'm only mentioning this because I know what my comments will look like if I don't. Of course, the servers.
Oh man, Servers, yeah, I'd be like really surprised if they haven't put a lot of effort into making the servers better, even though maybe people don't think they are. But I still have so many problems with lag, and I don't know, I don't get what the problem is with the servers. I know it's not more servers. I've heard that people are mistaken when they think, oh, we need just central servers, like a Midwest servers or whatever, for some Eastern players or from people where I'm at, like in Iowa. But I don't think that's really the problem. It's not the distance, it's just the quality of servers and the way that they're broken all the time. But yeah, I don't understand why certain things happen in the game with servers, or why sometimes you just have a little bit of lag. And it's not your ping, it's nothing obvious, but there's just a little bit of latency there. And I don't know what's up with that.
I mean, honestly, I've played games with way worse servers than Rocket League, but they definitely do have their flaws. Ghost hits, questionable demos, we've all been there and seen it. But the one thing that sends me spiraling into a fit of despair is this. So what's actually happening here is you get the flip reset on your side, and then you go to flip, and the server's all like, yeah, we just checked to see if you have your flip or not, and nah. Here's the big one, communication. I think the majority of the community's frustration stems from the lack of transparency from Psyonix. Reddit user Rascal Quake, I hope I said that right, posted this to the Rocket League esports subreddit, an open letter to Psyonix. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but he or she writes a very powerful statement about their and our love of the game and all of our collective disappointment in being left in the dark. It was very well written, and you are welcome to pause and read this if you are interested, and I will also link it in the description. This post is already the most upvoted post of all time on this subreddit, and I think that says a lot. It eventually provoked a response from Psyonix Ian, the Rocket League esports community manager. Hey y'all, to start, we understand your frustrations and we're not ignoring them. The whole team here loves Rocket League and Rocket League esports, and we're working hard to do right by our fans and community. Also, I know it doesn't always feel this way, but we're listening even when we don't engage directly. The whole team here is constantly evaluating feedback from the community, and with that in mind, rest assured that we'll have more information on many of these topics soon. On a personal note, I'm here to talk whenever it's needed. I try to be as active on Discord and other platforms as I can. Never be afraid to reach out. The response is appreciated, but it just isn't enough. We care. We're listening. We need more. A lot of people in the Rocket League community tend to overly bash Psyonix, claiming that they don't care, they sold their souls to Epic, this and that. I don't think that's true at all. I think everyone at Psyonix loved this game, and I think that Epic sees the potential and how huge it can be.
More communication from Psyonix would be awesome. I think maybe when Epic takes over, the team will expand a little bit, and there'll be some new hires maybe, so it's easier for Psyonix to engage with the community, but I'm not sure what the plans are. I would just hope, I know they're at least aware of what the community wants. It's just a matter of them being able to implement what the community wants, as long as it aligns with their vision, of course.
I think they have some amazing things in the pipeline that they haven't told us yet. But we don't see any of that. All we see is what they show us. I love this game, and I think everyone at Psyonix are great people. We as a community just need answers to our questions or the directions that the game is going. The silence isn't cutting it anymore. Okay, enough negativity. Let's move on to improving the game.
But I've already moved on to a new game called Raid Shadow Legends.
Alright, I'm sick of this. Look how awful it is scrolling through these.
Better inventory management would be great. I would love an update on the UI. I think the user interface could use just a few touch-ups. I don't know what it would be, so I'm not great for contributing that, but I just think it could be better.
I don't know if you guys have seen, but in the Chinese version of Rocket League, this is how you view your presets. So, let's just bring that into the normal version, yeah? Here's something that I've been wanting forever. You guys remember this? You can play leagues with bots. Why can't we have this, but online with our friends? Make a league together, have a regular season, playoff brackets, and a championship in any playlist, including having set teams if you like. You could even do a fantasy draft where you and a bunch of people join the league and you're assigned to a team randomly. Something like Connected Franchise for Madden. You and 31 buddies can all choose a team and play against each other through seasons. Let's get something like that for Rocket League. It's kind of already here, just make it multiplayer. You know what's awesome? Customization. So, how about we just get some more of that? Like, how cool would it be to have a custom boost meter? Maybe even ones of different styles to choose from. They could be made by the community and approved by Psyonix and implemented. Let me show you some examples. Or maybe even just custom graphics for the boost meters. They could even do them as an esports item, or different scoreboards that you could choose from, different nameplate styles.
Customizations for demo explosions would be cool. Lots of things.
Just more customization, something to give a new, fresh feeling without taking anything away from anyone. While we're talking about customization, how about better colors to choose from? To be real, Psyonix has basically already destroyed the team color combinations with esports items. I'm okay with it though. So why not just give us a full color wheel for both primary and secondary? Even if they didn't want to do that, then fine. Okay, but at least give us some better, more options of colors to choose from. Reddit user Sauce Duck Luck came up with a concept for a color slider that would still please Psyonix's team color obsession. Hello? This is amazing. Why not just put this into the game? If you're gonna restrict my colors, at least let me make them match. I'm looking at you, Purple Octane. Make the game free to play. I'm like 95% sure this is in Epic's game plan already, but what the hell is taking you so long? They already have the free-to-play model set up and ready to go. Rocket Pass, item shop.
I think the game going free to play is pretty much an inevitability. So I think it's just a matter of time. But if it needs to be said, it should be said. Rocket League should go free to play. It's going to be huge when it happens. And I can't wait.
We already know how huge this would be for the game and how much everyone wants it. And like I said, I'm already pretty sure that this is on the way. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it. Okay, here we go. This one is a personal favorite of mine. Rev it up because I'm talking about, that's right, a new engine. Rocket League was made on Unreal Engine. Who owns Unreal Engine? Well, let's check. Would you look at that? Which version of the engine is the newest? Unreal 4. What is Rocket League on? Unreal 3. Okay, that doesn't seem too bad. What other games run on Unreal 3? Let's look. The first Gears of War, the first Mass Effect, Rainbow Six Vegas, Unreal Tournament 3, Army of Two, Mirror's Edge, X-Men Origins, Wolverine, Turok. Oh god, update the engine. Microsoft completely recoded Minecraft in a different language. Psyonix was literally bought by the people that made the engine. Surely Epic would send some people to Psyonix to make sure that it's done well. The engine could be why we struggle so much with bugs and every new feature breaks the game. Psyonix have already announced that they're moving from DirectX 9 to DirectX 11. Let me show you what uses DirectX 9 real fast. Counter-Strike Source, Assassin's Creed, Splinter Cell, Call of Duty, Unreal Tournament 2004, Half-Life 2. This is huge, but maybe they have more for us. This video is made purely out of love. I love this game, and I think Psyonix really care about what they've made, and people don't give them enough credit for that. But no game is perfect, and no developer is perfect, and there's always issues. These are ours.
You know, all in all, Rocket League is still, even with some of these broken things, like it's still just so good that it almost doesn't even matter. People don't even care. But man, adding some of these little things or just fixing some of these little things would get people so excited. But yeah, it's pretty crazy that some of these things like haven't been fixed in the game yet. Like just quality of life, small things, you know? I don't know. Those are my thoughts. Okay, can I leave this video now or do I have to stay here forever? Because I need to go make my own videos.
So this has been great, but I got this thing. It's really important, and I just gotta go to that thing. So this has been great. I've really enjoyed this, but I really got something important to do. Very extremely important. So I'm gonna have to peace. But again, this has been great.
Oh, and if you guys are somehow watching my content but aren't subscribed to FLuuMP or Sunless, what are you doing? Their links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. Peace.